Open your mind and journey through the cosmos of the universe. This is Bridging Realms with Dr. Jean Carlisle and False Freedom 691.
Welcome to another episode of Bridging Realms. I'm False Freedom 691.
And I'm Dr. Jean Carlisle. Thank you guys for listening today. We are checking in for a shorter episode, a more relaxed episode here in, the times of quarantine, times of coronavirus, COVID-19, pandemic, plandemic, whatever you want to call it. But we wanted to talk to you guys about a subject that we're working on, something we're very interested in. And hopefully, you guys can check into it too.
Yeah, we are going to talk about that fake ass bullshit we call the moon tonight.
See, and that right there, we didn't want to get into too meaty of an episode, because it would get very heated. Where I am a big supporter of an organic real moon, and False thinks it's a fake piece of shit.
There's a big old fucking ball of cheese up there just floating in the sky, and that fucking Elon Musk car is gonna hit that son of a bitch, and it's gonna plow it down into the earth.
Now that I'm interested in on the car, I'm interested in like just about anything hitting the moon, and obviously a lot of things have because all those sweet ass craters that we can see on it, on its surface from it getting hit with a bunch of shit, really just pelted, just fucking pelted. And I think that's one of its natural purposes is to just float around there and block for the Earth,
It's
That's what
kind
I was
of
always taught as a child.
it's kind of the earthly cock blocker if you really think about it. The moon itself keeps the sun from just like burning us up 24 hours a day. It gives us that break. It gives us that nice fucking like 12 hours of moon
Right.
time where we're not getting all burnt up. So it's blocking that sun cock. But you know, what other cock is the moon blocking?
I'll tell you this, like, if you look at it like this, False, like, it's coming in, it's blocking these asteroids from fucking us. These are the asteroids, these cocks, they're coming in, and it's it's blocking those cocks. But sometimes it doesn't. Obviously, like the dinosaurs.
You can't block all the cocks, and that's a lesson.
They got fucked,
Yeah.
They got fucked. The Grand Canyon. That's well, no shit. That was water erosion that fucked the earth there. Grand Canyon's more like a big vagina ready for. I'm getting my earthly metaphors mixed up, False. I'm enjoying some cannabis here to try to get on the level of our moon, and I'm getting my crevasses mixed up.
The Grand Canyon is fake as well. But it is a pit where people disappear, and we will get into that on a later episode.
Oh fuck! Can't wait for that Grand Canyon episode there, False. Fuck, like that would. There's some good family vacation times there, and a lot of mystery surrounding it.
A lot of missing people, a lot of underground caves.
Yeah, but we want to talk to you guys about the moon today because it's in the news. First of all, we're in a time where everyone is not doing as much. Everyone's staying inside. A lot of people in their backyards more often. I've been enjoying a good smoke in the backyard, and the moon is very bright out there. And people are looking at it a lot more. So some shit has been going down online with the moon. And so we've got a couple of those to talk about. First of all, we're getting into a realm that False has been wanting to get into for a while. I have too, witchcraft.
Yeah.
So there's some witches that are apparently fucking with the moon.
There are conflicting reports, but the initial reports we saw were that some baby witches on TikTok had hexed the moon.
Right. Um,
But
so
Dr.
much to
Jean
unpack there.
saw a report that didn't line up exactly, didn't you, Doc?
Right. Yeah. A lot to unpack there. Just in that first sentence you said, I'm trying to pull it up here. Um, yeah, in that first sentence, like baby witches on TikTok. Um, I didn't know, for one thing, I'm aware of TikTok, but I did not know that there was a witch talk. I did not know there was a witch section of TikTok.
No,
Uh,
I was also unaware of Witch Talk, and am pretty disappointed that I'm only finding out about it now, because pretty much when you find out something as cool as Witch Talk exists, that's about the moment it's gonna die.
right. And I know you need to get in there. I know you're into uh, witchly women. Um, ladies with their crystals. This guy's got a lot of crystals in his house, in his mom's house.
Yeah, and
Um,
one of the all-time political babes is actually involved in this whole controversy too. The Crystal Lady herself, Marianne Williamson.
oh shit! Right? Yeah. So I found the article here that I was looking for, and looks like a Twitter user at username Headora, um, best I can say it, uh, put a thread about what's going on with the moon, and basically claimed that, yeah, some baby witches, like some young, freshly baked witches,
Yeah.
on that were inspired by or on TikTok or whatever. Maybe they learned spells on TikTok or how to become witches. We're gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna give you that one to you there, false. As far I've been into some UFO TikTok, but not witch stuff. So, but they anyway, I did not fully research it because I immediately saw someone claiming that it was not the baby witches from TikTok that hexed to the moon, that it was him. It was a dude from Twitter that said he hexed the moon. Um, and really, it just seems like they don't really have a motive here. Could you think of a motive for hexing the moon with your knowledge of witchcraft, false?
Well, Marianne Williamson thought it had something to do with the secret police invasion of Portland. Um, so
It.
I don't know if they're trying to call the gods down, or exactly what the motivation really is.
Right, that definitely would piss off the moon god, the sun god. They did. There was a rumor that from these witches that the sun was next, that they were going to hex the sun. I hope they don't. I have no personal beef with the sun. I don't think you do. I know you hate the moon, but I've never heard you complain about the sun, really, except around eclipse time.
Yeah, as far as I know, the sun is a thing. I mean, it's a big light in the sky. It hurts my eyes, so I'm not going to argue against it right now. According to a lot of this stuff too that I'm seeing, is that Apollo, who is the Greek god of the sun, is not accepting offerings, and he won't light candles anymore.
Right? Yeah.
So that's fucked. I
Saw some
mean.
people saying, there were some reactions from the gods there that these candles aren't lighting, these offerings aren't being thrown up, and I didn't know about that. I don't know much about the offerings side of things with that. So, yeah, I didn't know. And then, that guy claims that he did it. Totally separate guy who claims to be an experienced witch, says that he hexed the moon um, and made it dimmer.
I mean, did we just all become aware that the moon was hoaxed, and then we discovered the teen witches, or was this man in charge of it all along? Because it sure seems like before he tweeted, people were already talking about the moon.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is, people have been talking about the moon being a hoax for a while, which can actually we're gonna put this story in the show notes. We encourage you guys to do your own research about these baby witches and check out Witch Talk and stuff like that, and see if the moon has been hexed. We're gonna do some research to see if it's actually dimmer or not. Um, but this goes into our next subject. People were already talking about the moon. People were already talking about it being fake. False has long subscribed to the theory that it's a fake piece of shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's holographic or a giant piece of cheese.
right.
It's painted on up in the sky in a rotating globe that goes around us. There's a lot you can say about it. All could be true, all could be false, but definitely it's not real. There are theories, and we haven't settled on the correct theory. There is a unifying theory though, and it's not real, and that's not a theory. That's a fact. That's a truth.
Right. So when we're looking at some of the prevailing theories out there about the moon, I want to look at this one particular guy on YouTube. We're a big fan of his work. His he goes simply by the username Crow777. Crow with three sevens. He does have a podcast as well that we can recommend. He does really good work. And check out his YouTube videos. He has filmed something that he calls the lunar wave.
Yeah.
He
He
films the moon, and it fucking has a wave.
he also, like, his equipment is top of the line. Like, guys,
Oh, so good.
these are quality videos. He's got some kind of super telescope with a camera attached to it, and you can sit there on a
It's
Friday
HD.
night. Yeah.
So fucking high. It's the highest quality shots of the moon you'll ever see. So smooth and so clean it looks. The moon looks really clean.
And
Um,
you can sit
which
there five
falls
hours on a Friday night watching that stuff. Easy.
right. And I have. It can be romantic false. You should use that.
Yeah.
And if you could stay like calm while watching the moon. But yeah, I've watched it. I know Crow has too. I know Crow has spent hours filming this thing because he talks about it. He's actually, Crow has been on a podcast we're a fan of, the Higher Side Chats
Yeah,
with
definitely.
with fucking Greg Carlwood. So if he'll talk to Greg, he should talk to us. So I'm thinking we need to send out some feelers. Hopefully, if anybody's a fan of Crow, tweet him, let him know we want him on the pod because we want to get down to the bottom of this moon thing.
Yeah, and the crow stuff, man. He identifies structures. I mean, there's a lot of really good information on there. If you
Oh
believe in
yeah,
the moon, if you don't believe in the moon, Crow's kind of your guy for moon knowledge.
yes, definitely check out his YouTube channel. Check out the HD video of the moon. It's so gorgeous. At least at the very least, you're gonna learn so much about the surface of the moon. But then you're also going to see it wave across the screen like a silky smooth blanket. And that's very confusing. Is it a hologram? Is it a silky smooth blanket? Is it some sort of uh, you know tortilla thing? It looks. I stared at it so long, it looked like a gray tortilla to me, sort of. I had just had Mexican food.
That's strangely arousing.
The moon can be actually. I did get strangely aroused after a while too. Could have been that hex though.
Yeah.
It could have been the hex on the moon. I heard like shit went into chaos the next day after the moon was hexed. So I don't know. I don't know if it's what the effect on it there could be. There's also one more theory we'd like to bring up about the moon in closing here, because I always like to take things to the realm of extraterrestrials and aliens. And there's a bit of an older theory, but still a prevailing one right now, that the moon is possibly occupied. that it is maybe not there as a natural celestial body, but as an artificial one, like an artificial satellite that's made to look fake, or made to look real, like it's a base, a fucking moon base, basically.
Mhm. Yeah, there is definitely talk about that, and I can get on board with it. If you acknowledge they're interdimensionals, and just as long as we are acknowledging that it is a fake structure built to house them.
Right. I'll get on board with a little bit of that. I'll entertain that talk of it being maybe a fake structure. Because I think, with aliens up there, um, inhabiting it, of course, it's gonna be some sort of base. Um, there's a documentary on Netflix, I believe, about this, and I would recommend it. Check it out. Alien Base on the Moon, I think it's called, something similar, or something similar. Yeah. Check that documentary out. Highly recommended. I don't know if there is actually a base or not, but it's very interesting. It's and we just like to ask the questions, basically. Um, Now, false. I am on board with interdimensionals for sure. Where do you lie uh, on? Because yeah, I had just watched when I watched Alien Base on the Moon. Right, I had
Right.
I came to it as a recommendation on Netflix from the documentary about the fake Paul McCartney. Like Paul
Yeah, Paul
McCartney,
is dead. Yeah.
that conspiracy theory where Paul is dead. Yeah, I came to it from that documentary about the fake Paul McCartney, um, and both are very good. Um, but it got me thinking, fake moon, fake Paul. With That's another thing in the news right now is these fake celebrities. So where do you lie on that? I think that's an episode we need to do in the future.
So you're talking basically the replicants like Avril
Yeah.
Lavigne and Jessica
Right. Yeah.
Simpson. Those are two big celebrity replacements.
Yes, definitely.
Britney Spears potentially.
Yeah, I've seen her
That's
in the
like an
news a
escaped
lot lately.
clone. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I stand pretty strongly on the side of I feel like the deep fake technology is just catching up to the real world's fake technology. Like I think we've already been able to do this.
Right.
I think it's just now cheaper to do the deep fake technology and just alter a video, and anybody you've got there is a paid actor, and at this point you
Yeah.
just the jig is up.
So just a little, like, I agree, and I'm definitely down with that. Just a little sneak peek into a future episode, maybe, that we need to do coming up here, would be looking into those clones and celebrity replicants. But as far as other fake things like the moon, keep watching it. I think it's in the news a lot right now, and I think we need to keep an eye, especially on the moon and on the skies. News also around that there could be a UFO dump coming again from the New York Times.
Yeah, that's a big story right now that the New York Times is potentially going to uncover the government's secret program to recover crashed aircraft, crashed UFOs, crashed UAPs.
Right, and that's something we've seen, kind of fictionalized in that History Channel show Project Blue Book, but it's something we've heard on UFO shows constantly with Area 51, Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, all these fucking crash sites that have Men in Black show up. Another episode we need to do in the future right there too. Men in Black. I think the only time we've mentioned them is maybe Mothman. Um,
Yeah.
so definitely need to get into some Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. I love Men in Black, all three movies.
Yeah. Well, Doc, I am going to have to get off of here pretty quick. I do have to head to Ben Shapiro's house to play Santa Claus here in a little bit for a Christmas in July party.
Okay, understandable. Yeah, give him my regards. Folks, I hope you all keep bridging realms. I'm glad we could talk a little bit about the moon today. Keep your eye on the moon, and we will see you next time.